Let's go. Yo, you talking shit.
Wow.
Hey, yo, you talking shit. You talking shit? Hello?
For you, like as an entrepreneur yourself, right? Like did the creativity come from the music stuff, or did you always have this kind of design bug inside you? Is there a bridge between those two, or do you consider them completely separate?
I feel like it all goes hand in hand. Like music influences fashion and vice versa. So I feel like I always kind of, like how you rap, what kind of beats you're on with the things you're speaking of on these records is like your style, but also with being an artist, your look is a part of that too. So it's like it always went hand in hand for me, and I feel like I always had an eye on like what was about to be hot. Like I always like used to fuck with up and coming brands, and then these brands end up blowing up, or like these brands start getting noticed by like all these different people. So I felt like I ended up becoming like a mood board in some sense to people, whereas now I could kind of control the mood because now they have to come to me to actually create their shit instead of biting me to go to somebody else.
Right.
Yeah.
Yo, that's real. That's real interesting because it is really like for you was it being a marketing tool, because you're not just like the clothing god. No, you're the merch god, because you're really getting merchandise for established brands and individuals, and creating merchandise around that, right? So was that a difficult jump for you to go from like say designing and merchandising yourself, and then now turning that power outwards to other people and finding?
I feel like I did jump in saying merch specifically because I'm not trying to jump in and say I'm the fashion guy, or I literally came to do a task with this. So it was merch. And I felt like me being an artist and knowing the difficulties in like trying to produce your own merch or like try to deal with these other merch companies. Like I done had meetings with merch companies before as just an artist. And it's like, I felt like they were too cloudy. Like they only want to fuck with like the top artists. They don't want to like, they leave all of these other artists kind of behind. Whereas me, I'm trying to fuck with that artist that I know could blow up, because I know when they blow up, I'm still right there to do their merch too. I'm not trying to just aim for the big. Like I really started from the ground up. I still aim high too, but I didn't forget the people that was not necessarily your top tier artists. They might be the next level of that or on the way to that. So I feel like I knew what was missing in the game, and I know the language of speaking to an artist. Like these merch companies, they're like too business, and they deal with the labels. They don't really deal with the artists directly, and the merch don't hit because they don't have that connection. It's like I could get around the artists and figure out their style, figure out what they actually like, and design around that where it connects to them, versus a company that's dealing with the label that's telling them about this person. Now they just making whatever they think,
Right.
and
Whatever,
the person
whatever
might not
they
even
think,
fuck with
whatever
it.
they,
You
yeah,
feel me?
exactly. They're just sometimes you can be too artistic in situations like that and too business, and you got to kind of walk that line.
Nah, facts.
What has been, would you say, in moving into this entrepreneur, like being entrepreneur Lyxx, where you're a business is outside of just you as the artist in the middle of the business? What has been one of the big like hiccups or milestones or hurdles that you've come across in this?
I feel like the
journey?
biggest thing to accomplish was just learning my sauce. Like whenever you're doing anything, you got to create your formula that works for you. And I feel like it was some trial and error with that. And just like with anything that's starting from, ground up, it's like you're going to go through these different trials and tribulations to figure out like what works for you specifically. And I feel like we always get caught up in other people's success that's our peers, and we be like, oh, this is working for them. But it might work for them for a different reason than why it's going to work for you or not work for you. So I think the biggest thing for me was I came in this industry brand new, calling myself the god of it. So it's like I know I'm going to ruffle feathers. I know I got a small window to get my shit right, because I can't be fucking up too much with that name. You feel me? So I feel like I came in this and really just took it over.
Yeah, man. I mean, that was just to give everybody like a little backstory. Like when Lyxx was out here and I was dabbling in the music world. We were trying to work together. The one thing that I really maintained that I was like, I gotta work with this guy in some capacity, was that his work ethic is unmatched. I've never seen. We had a studio. What was like 3
Nah,
months? We had the
facts.
studio.
Oh my
Buddy
God.
busted out 100 songs in,
Facts.
in 90 days. It was
For
the
real.
craziest thing I ever seen.
At 6 a.m. to 6 a.m. schedule every day. No cap.
Legit. Fall asleep for 2 hours, get up, and then book
Facts.
another session. It was crazy. And
Facts.
so I knew that you were going to apply that same thing when I started seeing you and you were telling me about the factory and you doing the merch guy stuff. I was like, oh, that's a wrap.
Yeah,
That's a
facts.
wrap. We about to kill this, you
Facts.
know? So here's one thing that I've been asking all the different entrepreneurs, because we're gonna wrap up here pretty quick. You know, it's a little bite. We just trying to give you a little sprinkle, and you gotta go talk to Lyxx one on one if you really want the sauce.
He did.
But one of the things I like to do is I want to ask what as an entrepreneur, what are 3 qualities that you believe are either like your superpowers or that you think that other entrepreneurs need to have in order to be successful?
Hard work for sure. Like, you got to be able to get your hands dirty in this shit. You got to be able to learn every aspect of what you're trying to do. A vision for sure. Like, and a good team. Like, everyone says they do it by themselves. Like, yeah, it's a way where you can like take on a lot of the tasks, but you need a team. Like, you need a team. So I think a team, vision, and hard work, that's the formula, and I think you could be successful with it.
That's it,
With
bro.
whatever.
Dude, that's that's so succinct and perfect. That's really it. Now the last thing I want to talk about, man, what exciting things you have coming up, bro? What's planned in the future for Young Lyxx, the merch guy, man?
I mean, for sure, like all the stuff I mentioned before, that's
Yeah.
gonna be coming out soon. I got a new brand called Tears of Joy. This is like an all cut and sew brand. It's gonna be my chance to like really like flex my design side outside of just like printing on shirts and shit like that, like really get into custom pieces. So I'm really excited about that. And shit, everybody, all the new artists that I'm gonna work with.
Man.
Yeah.
What's the best way for people who are seeing this to connect with you if they have an idea for some? Because you don't have to be an artist on tour. You could come and have an idea for a clothing line and
You could be starting your brand. Shit, I'm not these other merch companies. Like, I'm damn near bigger than them, but I'm not like you could talk to me directly. Like, hit me up on Instagram, the merch guy, TheMerchGod. DM me, get at me. I'll hit you back. There's an email in my bio if you want to email me, but I respond.
That's it. Young Lyxx,
Yes,
the
sir.
merch guy.
Yes,
I
sir.
appreciate you coming on, man. Talking shit with
did.
your boy.
You already know. We got to talk a little shit.
You know, we gonna talk some more business off of here, but that ain't for
Uh-huh.
y'all.
Yes, sir.
My
Ski.
dog. Thank you, man.
Yes, sir.
It's real when you get it and you ain't had no help. It's realer when you counting hundreds all by yourself. And they was trying to tell me I belong on the shelf, but now I'm splashing on them, I am so Michael Phelps. They try to bury me and didn't know I succeed. They told me I would fail but really knew I succeed. I told them A&Rs I need a milli at least.